Snow White. Once upon a time, in a faraway kingdom, there lived a kind-hearted queen and a handsome king. They had a beautiful daughter whose skin was as white as snow. They named her Snow White. Then, on one very sad day, Snow White's mother fell ill and passed away. The king decided that he would remarry and brought his new queen to the palace. Snow White's stepmother was a very beautiful woman, but unbeknownst to the king, she was also an evil witch. She had a magic mirror that would answer all her questions truthfully.
Mirror, mirror on the wall, who is the fairest of them all?
It's you, my queen. You're the most beautiful woman in the world.
The new queen was jealous of Snow White's beauty, so she made a plan to get rid of her. When the king was away, the queen asked her huntsman to take Snow White into the forest and kill her. The huntsman was very upset by this evil order, but he had to obey the queen. Now the queen's huntsman was a kind man. He took Snow White deep into the forest, but he couldn't kill her. So he told Snow White all about the queen's evil plan.
My dear princess, I must leave you in the forest. You must never return to the palace, or the queen will kill you.
So the huntsman left Snow White all alone in the forest. At the same time, there happened to be 7 dwarfs out in the forest gathering food. They were very curious when they saw Snow White.
Hey, who are you?
And what are you doing here?
I'm the Princess Snow White. My stepmother wants to kill me, so I cannot go back to my palace. I don't have a place to live and I'm very hungry.
Don't worry, Princess. You can live with us in our small cottage.
We will share our delicious food.
And offer you a nice cozy bed.
Snow White thought that the 7 dwarfs were very kind and friendly, so she agreed to live with them. The 7 dwarfs loved Snow White for her beauty and kindness. They would all laugh and have fun, and Snow White would help them cook food and clean the house. Snow White soon became friends with all the creatures of the forest and was very happy.
Please change to disc 2 and turn to image number 9.
Back in the palace, the evil queen thought that Snow White had died. She asked the magic mirror.
Mirror, mirror on the wall, who is the fairest of them all?
The mirror said,
In the dwarf's cottage, neat and small, Snow White is the fairest of them all.
The evil queen was furious.
How is this possible? My huntsman has lied to me about killing the wretched girl.
The evil queen took an apple and poisoned it with the help of her magic. Then she disguised herself as an old fruit-selling woman, put the poisonous apple in her basket, and set off to find Snow White.
Fresh apples for sale! Fresh apples for sale!
Snow White saw that the old fruit-selling woman was hot and tired, so she let her inside the cottage to sit and rest.
Do you want some of my lovely fresh apples?
Oh, I love apples, but I have no money, I'm afraid.
Don't worry. You have been so kind to me. I will give you this apple for free.
The old woman offered a red, rosy apple to Snow White. She took a big bite of the poisoned fruit. Instantly, she fell to the ground unconscious. The old woman turned herself back into the evil queen.
Ha ha! Snow White, you won't bother me again.
The evil queen went back to the palace. When the 7 dwarfs came home, they saw Snow White lying on the floor in an enchanted sleep. They were very upset.
Oh no! What has happened to our beautiful Snow White?
Someone has cast a spell on her. We will never be able to wake her.
We must lay her on the grass outside of our cottage so that all the friendly woodland creatures can come and visit her.
So the 7 dwarfs laid Snow White gently on the grass, and all of her friends were very sad. A handsome prince was riding in the forest, and he was surprised to see Snow White lying on the grass surrounded by her woodland friends. He fell instantly in love with her incredible beauty.
This is the girl of my dreams. I love her.
The prince's love was true and kind, so he kissed Snow White on the cheek. The prince's kiss of true love broke the evil queen's spell, and Snow White opened her eyes. The prince asked her to marry him, and she said yes. Snow White and the prince travelled back to her palace and asked her father to punish the evil queen. Then they travelled to the prince's kingdom and were married. Snow White and the prince ruled the kingdom together and lived happily ever after. The end.